It is New Thought Tuesdays, and I'm Dean Regan, a licensed spiritual practitioner with Centers for Spiritual Living. Welcome to New Thought Tuesdays. Today is different because our dear beloved Rich is not able to join us today. He has got some client business that he needs to take care of, and that's good news because we had pre-recorded something that we're going to be sharing with you today. Today, we're talking about using the secrets of New Thought Ancient Wisdom to really ignite your creative career. And here's what Rich and I do on this recording that we're going to watch before we go into the inner circle. Rich and I go through a number, about 15 or so, of basic New Thought Ancient Wisdom concepts and talk about them, talking back and forth. So with no further delay, I'm going to bring this on right now, and we will come back afterwards. And those that have joined us here will go into the inner circle and we'll discuss it. It's great to see you. Thanks for coming to New Thought Tuesdays. Welcome to New Thought Tuesdays. I'm Dean Regan.
And I'm Rich Smith.
And Rich Smith and I are New Thought Tuesdays. We gather every Tuesday and talk about New Thought Ancient Wisdom principles. My brand is Living in Concert with Life, deanregan.com. I'm a spiritual coach based in New Thought Ancient Wisdom teachings, licensed to work one-on-one with folks, with groups, and in retreats. And Rich and I work every Tuesday on New Thought Tuesdays to help you recognize that you change your thinking, you change your life, you change your world.
Change the world. And I use the metaphor of life being a movie created by an infinite filmmaker, and there's no limit to what it can create in your movie called life. And with that, we're going to talk about some of the principles today that we use in order to, not only in our own life, to uplift ourselves, but also people around us, our following you guys on New Thought Tuesdays. So what is the first principle we want to talk about, Dean?
Okay, so the first and the big thing is that we are surrounded by and expressing as a mind, an intelligence that knows everything. So we look at the existence of all that is, all that we see humanly, all that we experience emotionally, inspirationally. We see this all as expressing in a mind, an infinite wisdom.
I call it an infinite intelligence. You can call it whatever you want: God, divine presence, Buddha mind, Christ consciousness. Lao Tzu called it the Tao. Even George Lucas calls it the Force be with you. We teach you how to use the principles that govern the universe and everything in it, the principles that govern your life, to be able to create the things that you'd like to, manifest in your life and to experience in your life as creatives in the entertainment business. And so, that first principle that, that first principle is surrounded by a mind, infinite intelligence, omniscience, this thing that we call God, divine presence. It's omniscient. It knows everything. And being all-knowing, it knows exactly what your needs are. And so what I do is, when I'm thinking of the omniscient aspect of this divine creator, that it already knows what I need, and it already supplies me with everything I need. It's not withholding anything. All of our good is knocking on our door. So, Dean, how do we, using New Thought teachings, connect with that and tap into that infinite intelligence and use it? I use it every time I think a thought. I'm using it.
Yes, we're already using all of the principles that we talk about. We're already experiencing this intelligence. We're just giving it a language. We're articulating it in a way that makes it easier for our brains to measure it. This infinite intelligence, I mean, just to identify with that idea of infinity, that's pretty huge. So how we connect is to really release and let go, relax, and contemplate. We read, we study, we move deeper into these principles. So that this premise that all that we experience is an expression of an infinite intelligence an infinite mind that is actually individualizing itself as each one of us, every being on the planet and beyond, and that we are expressing this knowledge. And in this knowledge, the next thing we want to really talk about is that there is this potential knowledge for all things that exists in this mind, in this infinite manifestation of mind. There's the knowledge of everything.
Yeah. Let me talk about this mind, because I have a unique way of looking at it. There's your individual mind, let's say with a lowercase m, M-I-N-D. Then there's infinite mind, infinite intelligence with a capital, an uppercase mind, M-I-N-D. And so our mind's an infinite mind. It's just one mind because, as Dean just said, that we are individualized, unique aspects of that one intelligence, that one mind. And so that's why I believe when we think a thought, infinite intelligence, God, divine presence, picks up on that thought and creates out of it, and there's no limit to what it can create. And so, our whole thing is, oops, excuse me. Our whole thing is, thoughts become things. And so, you got to focus on what you want, think about the things you want to create, and let go of the things that you don't want to create. Stop thinking about them.
So that idea of thoughts become things is another aspect of New Thought Tuesdays, is that there's great power in thought, and that what you think about,
You bring about.
so that consistent thought, learned thought, is more powerful than non-consistent thought or random thought or chaotic thought. And New Thought Tuesdays, New Thought Teachings, is a way of making your thought be more consistent and to be infinitely charged with potential. And what I mean by infinitely charged with potential is to be creatively inspired, creatively ignited, that there is no limit to who you can be and what you can do.
Yeah. There's nothing withholding your highest good, only you and what you're thinking about, you know? Uh, I'm always catching myself. I come from my background, and talking to my therapist about this lately, but for some reason I always go to the fear and the lack and the limitation. And it's the mind, as T. Harv Eker used to say, it's the mind that will take you down. Its job is to take you down. And so how do you control that mind? How do you release yourself from these negative thoughts when they just happen? I know I was writing a screenplay once, and one of the lines in it were, I can't control my thoughts. My thoughts are my thoughts. How do you control your thoughts? So, Dean, how do you control your thoughts?
Well, first and foremost, there's two ways of thinking. I can't control these thoughts, or I can control these thoughts. Well, either one you believe, it's true.
Yeah.
So which would you prefer to believe? And how would you like to see your life unfold? I have no input here, this is all random and haphazard, or I have input here, and here's where my part in it. Our belief in New Thought, Ancient Wisdom teachings is that this world, this experience, is unfolding as this infinite intelligence. And the key point here is we exist in this infinite intelligence and we draw from it. And the way we interact is we respond. We have a choice to respond. The only thing I believe you have choice in is how you respond.
Yeah.
And that response, we are expressing a choice. We're expressing what we call free will. So this magnificent, infinite intelligence is surrounding us, expressing as us. So it's not just outside of our bodies, it is expressing as our bodies, expressing as our human brain, expressing as our spiritual mind. We have the ability to express free will.
Yeah.
So we get to make a choice in the very thoughts that we're taking on and the very activities that we want to bring into our life. You're already doing it.
Yeah. Every
Take
time
a
you
look,
think a thought.
take a look at your life.
Yeah.
Take a look at your life. You love your life, you don't love your life, whatever's involved in your life, take a look at the aspects of your life, and you're using the principles of the infinite, as Rich would say, the infinite filmmaker. You're using the principles of that magnificent music to create your life right
Yeah.
now. You're already doing it. So
Yeah.
what we point you in the direction of is how to mindfully use it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it's no respect to this power and this presence that we're talking about, infinite intelligence, no respect to a person's. Whatever you think about, it's gonna bring about. And and one thing you did say, Dean, which really struck me, and that's a word that I totally uh, use in all my life. It's measured according to your belief.
Mm-hmm.
It was the master, Jesus of Nazareth, as Dean refers to him, that had said, it's measured according to your belief, whatever you believe. If you believe that this mountain will fall into the ocean, it'll fall into the ocean. I take that to heart because there's some things that I totally believe in, and boom, whenever I do my prayer treatment or my affirmations on it, it pops in. And I just know it's going to pop in because I believe in these principles that we're, teaching in New Thought Tuesdays. So it's measured according to your belief. What do you believe? Do you, like Dean said, do you believe that you can that you have the power to create whatever you want, or do you believe you don't have the power? You get to choose. So how do you change your beliefs? And that's what I teach in my Infinite Filmmaker teachings. What I do is I use these principles. I have 52 of them in my 52 Laws and Principles of the Infinite Filmmaker ebook. And through these principles, you gradually start practicing them in your life, and you gradually change your belief system. And if it's measured according to your belief, and you start believing in your dream, you start believing in the potential that you have, you start believing in yourself, you start believing in this power and this presence, what I call God, the Infinite Filmmaker. And when you believe in it, it'll respond to that belief. And so, yeah, help me out here, Dean.
Hey, you're just saying it. If you believe in it, the energy of your thought enters into this energy of the universe, and magic is created.
Yeah,
So if the energy of your thought is, I believe this about myself, then that's the magic that is created. Now, if the Rich and I, in both of our teachings, we believe in that the what we go for is that our thoughts, as long as they support ourselves and harm no one else, they do not harm ourselves or anybody else, we are completely into whatever you choose to think.
yeah,
So we've got this infinite intelligence that we're one with, that we're expressing in, through, and as. We have this aspect of free will or choice that enters into this infinite idea, and that energy begins to build on itself. So we've already talked about, we're surrounded by a mind or an infinite intelligence that knows everything, and that there's potential knowledge for all things that exist in this mind. There's infinite possibility. Then we moved on to, we exist in it and we draw from it. So we exist in this idea and we choose, we have choices, and we draw from this idea and we contribute to this idea.
we
And
draw through it through the channel of our own minds.
yep, we draw through it through the channel of our own minds, our own, well, our belief is that here we've got this human body with this human brain that has a human mind. So there's all kinds of wonderful things that are going forth in science and psychology and all of that. New Thought, Ancient Wisdom really extends beyond that. It has to do with faith and belief.
Yeah,
And and Rich and I are no stranger to the word God.
yeah.
There are all kinds of people that have all kinds of charges about various words. Both of us are kind of okay with the word God. Use the word spirit or infinite intelligence or wisdom.
Or the
That's
universe.
or the universe. That's what we're talking about. So how do you connect to all of these premises? And what you were saying a bit is using the idea of reading, study, prayer. So we have these premises, and then what we look toward are ideas like prayer, affirmative prayer, and meditation, and affirmations. And we can explain all of this. We won't go into it today,
No.
but there's visioning and visualization and your abundance using the idea of tithing, or your sense of giving, the idea of being of service, the idea of forgiving and being grateful. These are all tools. These are all spiritual tools that Rich and I promote and use constantly to engage this infinite intelligence in a way that is supportive and loving.
Yeah. And if you're a creative in the entertainment business and you're on a spiritual path and you figure there's got to be more to this, there is more. And this is what we're here to show you, the more, that one of the things we want to talk about is the nature of the universe. It can give to us only what we can accept. And a lot of us, I know, I've struggled as a filmmaker in the entertainment business, and I couldn't accept my good for whatever reasons. Maybe it was my belief in myself, maybe it was my faith, maybe it was my fear, doubt, and worry, whatever it was that kept me from being able to fulfill all of my hopes, dreams, and desires back then. Now things are different. We use these principles, and for me, it's no longer making a blockbuster film that's going to win an Academy Award, but it's about working with other creatives so that they can go out and create those films that are going to inspire, enlighten, and entertain. But you have to be able to accept all of this good that we're talking about. The universe, it's the nature of the universe is one of love, and it creates through an immutable law, a law of love. So just Dean, we can at any time end this conversation, but let's continue on with it. I mean, what is the nature of this this love intelligence, and how does it create through this immutable law? What is law?
Well, the love is this energy. This love is this infinite energy of goodness, creativity, compassion, empathy, joy, this passion of the universe expressing his love through an immutable law. So the love is the energy, and the law is how the energy works.
Yeah.
So the law is a completely impersonal. It's
Yeah.
like gravity. It's like electricity. Our spiritual law, again, take a look at your life. Your life is unfolding in spiritual law right now.
Yeah.
In New Thought Tuesdays, we make you we allow you to explore the idea of being more mindful about how you use your thinking, use your life to express your life. So the love, again, is this energy, and this immutable law is this structure, this format of how this energy works.
Yeah.
And the energy goes together into this immutable law, and the law simply responds.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to explain it that there's, physical laws like the law of mathematics. 2 + 2 is equal to 4. That's a law. Science, E = mc². Energy is going to equal mass times the speed of light square. Gravity, there's a law there. You throw something up, it's going to come down. And the same thing what Dean was saying is that it's no respecter of persons, that this law will give you whatever it is you're focusing on. It's like electricity. You can use it to light your house, or you can use it to burn down your house. It depends on how you want to use the law. And so we're here to inspire you and encourage you to use this law to create all of your good in your life, to be able to create everything that you desire to experience in your life. There's nothing being withheld from you. And once you learn about this law and learn how to tap into it, through, like you said, prayer treatment, through affirmation, through visualization, through visioning. Once you start to connect with this and tap into it, there's no limit to what you can create. And I totally believe that. There's no limit. The only limitations are the ones that you hold in your mind. And so with that, this love intelligence of the universe, it expresses itself through this law. And so, let's use the law for purposes of creating whatever, will make us feel good. Joy, happiness, harmony, peace. These are the things, the virtues that we want to experience, not fear, doubt, worry, concern, anxiety. These are the things that come up as a creative in the entertainment. They're inevitably going to come up because that's the way the world works. There's things out there that seem to be against you, but nothing is against you. Everything is for you. And it's always giving of itself, the love intelligence of the universe, always giving of itself.
I love that word that you use, seem. A lot of what we're experiencing in our life experience appears to be one thing. It appears to be much more solid. I mean, just look at the Einsteinian theories about this stuff is not quite as solid as we perceive it to be. Our perception of it is making a difference. Quantum physics, our perception, our observing creates a change. So when you're thinking in terms of, well, let's go toward the not love, fear, doubt, and worry. When you exchange the consistent thoughts of fear or doubt or worry for developed power of belief in faith, in truth, in trust, you're going to get more faith and truth and trust.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a passion that we have. There's a joy that we experience. There's a knowledge that we put into practice. And this is what we both do.
Yeah.
This is what we both do. Living in concert with life and the infinite filmmaker, coming together for New Thought Tuesdays to really experience and express our highest and best good and to share it with you.
Yeah, I get really, really, as you can tell, excited about this stuff. And that's why we, want to invite you to join our community, to come here and watch us on New Thought Tuesdays, and to join our inner circle so that
Yes.
we can get you excited about this stuff. When you're around people that are excited about something, you're going to get excited about it. And you can't help it. If you're around people that are bummed out and depressed because their career's not going the way they want, that's what you're going to get. So hang around with us. Come and join us on New Thought Tuesdays, the inner circle, and start to get in this energy and this vibration. Start to soak it up with us and start to manifest the things that you would like to experience.
Absolutely.
So hope to see you next week on New Thought Tuesdays. Dean, you want to tell them how they can sign up?
I absolutely do want to tell you how you can sign up. Hi. You can sign up by going to newthoughttuesdays.com. Click on I want to be reminded, and we will send you 2 gentle emails with the link to join us in person for what we entitle the Inner Circle. And so thank you for joining us today. Go to newthoughttuesday.com to join us in the future. We would love to have you as part of our beloved community. And we do love our beloved community. So we're going to go into New Thought Tuesday's Inner Circle right now and discuss some of this stuff. Blessings to Rich, knowing that all is unfolding perfectly in your client activity. And we will see you all next week on New Thought Tuesdays, ending the stream and then opening up